Cool. I don't know that the average damage is any higher than his normal attack, but still cool. And here, 40 Zenny. Let's see if there's anything in the thing behind. No, you can't even check the thing behind the bed. The door is nailed shut. Just like your mom. A note showing the flowing of money in and out for all the tax he collects. Seems like McNeil himself doesn't have much money. That's interesting. Oh, probably because he spends a lot. That's probably the idea there. I remember these guys being super obnoxious. Can I learn charge? I think I can. Yeah, you can. Okay. Well, I'll try to learn charge too next time that we encounter one of those guys. The McNeil Family. It's a beautiful book, but there's not much in the way of content. The McNeils 3. This one has all the moralizing. I don't want to read all that. Smells burnt. I sometimes indulge in reading like every book in a place, but not usually. Excuse me. That being said, if you're watching the stream and you want me to do that, feel free to ask and I'll do it. That's not usually my play style, though. Like, I'll check everything, but like, I won't necessarily read all the flavor text everywhere. Yeah. It's not that that stuff doesn't interest me. It does. But oftentimes, like, it depends on the game, but oftentimes I'm more interested in experiencing other parts of the game rather than, like, delving into lore and flavor and whatnot. There are exceptions, like Earthbound I really love, and so love just sort of experiencing the world of Earthbound. Other RPGs, though, it's more like, you know, I'd rather get going with the plot and the battles than muck around in, like, the quote-unquote rich backstory. When I feel like mucking around in the rich backstory, I'll read the Wikipedia page. That's just my opinion. And like I said, I do like the backstory stuff, I just don't usually read it during the game. So, like, I don't begrudge anyone who does read those things. It's just not sort of my cup of tea. But, like, I was watching a Breath of Fire 3 stream the other day, and they were reading everything, and it was nice because I wasn't playing at the time. And so, you know, it was good for sort of absorbing more about the world, that they were being really thorough in checking, you know, all the bookcases and whatnot. Just isn't what I want to do when I'm playing the game, usually. As I said, it does depend on the game, and, like, my mood at the time, too. Oh, that's... Is there... Oh, there's no way out of this room. I feel like this book is important, that I'm supposed to, like, open it or pick it up or something. What if I switch to Tipo and then kick it? Or switch to Tipo and press the wrong button? I guess it's not important. I'm wrong. Let's squish this roach. I know that you're hip-hop hater, but every time I look at your name, I just can't help but think about the hip-hopopotamus. I'm sorry. I know that you're not the hip-hopopotamus and your lyrics are not bottomless, but it's my natural inclination when I read your name. Okay, so let's defend and examine and see if we can pick up charge. Well, nothing happened. We'll try again. Maybe I'm too low level? There we go. Let's try that. I don't think his defense is that high. But we can try it. Well, let's try again. It doesn't take any MP, so... Honestly, what we should do is when I get Pico, put charge on Pico. So yeah, if you don't know, you can learn skills in this game. Obviously. The door is nailed shut. And then you can trade around to different characters using an item called Skill Ink. So just because like one person learned a skill doesn't mean that it has to stay on that person. It can go on other people. I think a lot of people who play this game, you know, at quote-unquote high level, who do like, you know, speed runs or who just get really into optimization, do things like have like Pico in particular, because he starts at level 1, train up and learn a bunch of skills from different masters that they want, and then they trade them off of Pico onto the character they actually want that to have that skill. Because it's easier that way than having that person learn the skill themselves, since they're much higher level and they want to optimize their stats in other ways. I'm not going to do that for two major reasons. One, this is just a casual playthrough, like all my playthroughs. I enjoy optimizing characters, but like I don't take it to huge extremes. I sort of do it as much as I feel like it and no more. And also, I'm not going to do that because, God, everyone's missing. Because I'm going to use Pico, and he's the one who that strategy is sort of most useful for, because he starts at level 1, and since I'm going to actually use him, yeah, he's going to start at level 1, but I want him to have the best masters. I don't want to waste his levels learning skills, and yeah, it just doesn't work when you're actually trying to use Pico. And honestly, I don't understand why anyone wouldn't use Pico. And I say that, and that's not actually true. I do understand why. You know, either you like other characters more, or you're just using a different strategy. But Pico is amazing, both from a flavor perspective, because he's an onion, and, oh man, that's such a bad pun I didn't even intend. He has such great flavor because he's an onion. But also, just from like a mechanics perspective, he has like the highest HP and defense in the game. He has built-in regeneration. He has the highest reprisal rate. He counterattacks 50% of the time, which can be doubled with the right formation. And he has really high attack too. He's basically, you know, a tank and artillery rolled up into one. He doesn't have the highest attack. I think Gar has higher attack than he does. And I think, like, Ryu and Ray have comparable attacks. I think Pico's a bit higher, but Gar has more out of the box. However, Gar has a lot of other weaknesses that Pico doesn't have. Ryu is just overpowered. And Ray also has weaknesses that Pico doesn't have, and is a different sort of character altogether. Anyway, welcomes, my little friends. I'm McNeil, the owner of this mansion. You might be wondering why I'm doing a ghost voice with McNeil, but there's a good reason. Really? Well, that makes things simple then. You're the villain we've been looking for. Ho ho ho, villain? Me? Why am I a villain? Because I collect taxes from my people? What's wrong with that? What's wrong, duh? What? He's the imposter? So I have some questions here relating to why I appear to be really sensitive to situations and people, and Tipo is not. But I don't want to like spoil a big plot point of the game for people who don't want to know. So if you want to know what my questions are, you can pipe up and I will spoil it. But if you don't, I'll leave it off. Ho ho ho, imposter? Me? No, I am McNeil. Cassin McNeil, the spirit of the third McNeil. Another ghost. Did you think you'd be able to just take that which we have handed down through the generations? I think specifically I just want to get the tax money back, not like loot all your riches. You know, just really the tax money is what we're looking for. That's my understanding. I mean, I also think this is a dumb plan. It wasn't my plan. Apparently you have high magic defense and high normal defense. I'm going to try using charge and see what that does. Do you have anything? Well, try frost. It's possible he's weak to ice. It seems unlikely, but... I like how he's like trying to steal our AP when he's got plenty of it himself. Okay, charge does good damage. I'm going to use charge. I was going to also try out jump, but it does enough damage that I'm just going to do charge. There's no reason to futz around when I found something that works pretty well. Oh, now he's dead. Whatevs. I think that guy had really high defense, but not as much HP. Oh, impossible! You defeated me! But I'm not the last. You haven't seen the last of the McNeils. I'm the third strongest. Nobody told us this place was haunted. I say after we fought 2 ghosts. Hey, Dawn, how come you're such a crybaby? But you're not afraid of ghosts. Fuck you, Tipo. Like, fuck you with a stick. Calling me a crybaby? God damn you. I think I already went in there. I'm really not sure. I don't want to miss it. Oh yeah, this is where I came from. Okay. Actually, I guess the question is, did I go back the other way? I'll have to explore over there. I don't think I did. Yeah, I'm really conflicted because my favorite characters in this game are, well, I like Ryu, but are Pico and Momo. And so I would totally use just Pico and Momo in a party, but I also feel like I should use Nina because she sort of has like the most plot connections, particularly with Ryu. And then you have a little romance going on. And so I'm definitely using Pico because I love Pico. I don't care. He's being in my party, whether the game likes it or not. But I'm conflicted between using Momo and Nina. My previous playthrough I used Nina. Maybe I should use Momo, just for variety. I don't know. I'm conflicted. Momo has really high attack. But bad accuracy. And she's good at magic, but doesn't actually gain many offensive spells. Her main